I have read a lot of comments online. I've spoken to a bunch of people, and a lot of people are curious how rehypothecation and hypothecation happens within the Bitcoin market. Let's walk through just one example of how that would happen. Okay, put a little animation here together. So first you've got the borrower, then you've got the lender, and then you've got the capital provider. Okay. So the capital provider is giving the capital to the lender in some sort of warehouse line or something like that, because this is an alternative market, right? And then the lender is giving the capital to the borrower, right? The borrower posts their BTC, okay, first to the lender, and then either the lender can move it to the capital provider as collateral, and the capital provider sends the capital, right, the cash, to the lender, who then sends it down to the borrower, okay? Now, if you go through this process where the BTC moves to the capital provider, it can go into their account and it can be hypothecated and then rehypothecated, right? And when you do that, they can sell it. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But you can also do it through an ACA, right, which is the way we do it. And you put it in the ACA, which is an account control agreement, and that sits under the lender, and it sits in that account. It does not move from that account. It cannot be hypothecated. It cannot be rehypothecated. But it's there for the benefit of the capital provider through the lender, okay? And they can have access to it if you have a default or you have a margin call and you have a liquidation. Then the capital provider can reach in and pull it out of the account control agreement. So that is the way you want to structure these things. So the BTC can't be hypothecated and rehypothecated, because what happens is when it's hypothecated and rehypothecated, that BTC can then be sold by each person who's hypothecating it and then rehypothecating it, right? Because they're hedging the risk of that loan, okay? Now, when you do that, when you sell that short, because you're borrowing that BTC, you generally do that pretty indiscriminately because you're just trying to get your hedge on. You're not necessarily trying to maximize your price. So that is one of the negatives of hypothecation and rehypothecation within any securities market or any commodity market, and especially a fairly nascent market like the Bitcoin market.